Good morning, everyone. Please take your seats. We would like to start with an unannounced but still appreciated opening by our President Thomas.
Good morning. So, damals, das ist halt amazing. Woher kennst du unsere Maske? Ah, bist du Bianca?
Nee, Nadine. Verdammt, bei ihr ist meine Schwester mal auch probiert.
Ah, deine Schwester.
Jasmin.
Okay, ja, ich bin nicht so
Yeah, I hope you had a great first day and first evening program. It's nice to see how fresh you are, how motivated you are for the day. Just a few things that I would like to state again today. The mic. Okay. We're going to come off to 0. All right. Good morning again. So, for today we have a lot of exciting things to talk about. Basically, all things that are going to be voted on tomorrow will be presented now this morning, so please pay attention. I would also like to remind you of please being careful and respectful with the stuff here in the venue. We really don't want to anger people here and have Liz and Köln lose their favorite place. So please be nice. And if you are already being nice, you can do that very well because there are sugar cubes being hung up right now. Some of you might know what it is. So basically, you meet a lot of great people during the NA, I hope, and probably you want to leave them a message. So there are envelopes with all of the names of the participants being hung up in the room just opposite to this room, on the other side of the room, Nicholas. And yes, you can just take a small piece of paper and leave a nice message for everyone you might have met and you want to leave a nice message for. If you meet some people you did not like so much, just don't leave them anything. Please don't put mean things or strange things in the envelopes. It's supposed to be nice things, okay? Yes. I think we're good. I think we can start. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Thomas. Good morning also from my side, outside. I hope you had a fun night yesterday and we're going to proceed with the quorum check. So could I ask my scrutinizers to the stage? Where are you lovely people? Yamun, I see. Wo ist Aisha? I need my scrutinizers, please, for quorum check. Is that working? No, it's not. That's not working. No. So, the quorum check for today. The question is, where can you get the best beer here in Germany? The options are Cologne, Munich, and Hamburg. I'm very excited, very curious. So please get your voting devices ready. All vote delegates, everyone here, please. I know it's supposed to be a fun question, but we're still serious business. So, once again, the question is, where can you get the best beer here in Germany? Everyone who wants to vote for Cologne, please raise your voting devices now. High up in the air. Now, like at once, not just like figuring it out, please. Go out. Okay, thank you. 8 for Cologne. Then for Munich. 22, thank you very much. And then for Hamburg. 'Could you please leave them up until I tell you to lower them? Thank you very much. And for mine, yes, please. Did some of you vote for 2 options? Because that's not how we're doing it. Okay, so, okay. Please leave them up until I tell you to lower them. Thank you very much. So we have 9. Please leave them up. If you haven't voted yet, please leave your voting devices and turn them to the front so we can see Okay, thank you. 9 for Hamburg. Thank you very much. You may vote. Lower your voting devices now. We have quorum and we have all the votes, so thanks a lot. Everyone here will vote what? Yes, okay, 29, 39. Okay, thank you very much. So we can proceed with the rest of the program. Awesome. So I would ask, for sure, someone to the stage. Yes, I would ask Patrick to the stage to confront, surprise, and enlighten you with all the, hopefully not surprise because you've all read them thoroughly, with the SoS, so Standing Orders and Statute Proposals.
It's the moment we've been all waiting for. We're going to start with the SoS Proposals 2 till 8. It sounds very weird to me, so do you feel like that's okay, or do I need to put it closer to my mouth, or feedback? Who of you knows where to find the important documents on all the SoS proposals that are going to be discussed this morning? Not all of the delegates are raising their hands, that's very concerning. Who of you doesn't know? Be honest. Okay. Obviously, you can find them in our material exchange drive, which we already introduced to you yesterday. And yeah, for the next couple minutes, we're going to talk about the proposals. We already introduced them during our last CLR protocol, so I think most questions should be already answered. However, we're going to have a small Q&A round right after. Since I need to work on this laptop, we're going to have a little drive tour because I didn't prepare the presentation, and I want you to have the experience of going through SoS proposals together with me. This is the document all both delegates of you received this morning. Basically, it's an overview, and hopefully it makes it easier for you to connect the SoS proposals to the title and to the content, and basically if your sections only say, okay, yes to proposal 1, yes to 2, no for 3, then with this document you should know how to vote tomorrow. Since when we have a look at the agenda, the first SoS proposal is going to be presented later. We dive into proposal number 2. So basically, as you can see on your overview sheets, proposals number 2, 3, and 4 are something a little different this time, because we didn't bring forward SoS proposals the last couple of days. There was just smaller stuff adding up, which we tried to push to this NA in order for it to be handled at once. Therefore, these 3 proposals were presented or prepared. Basically, if you have any questions, obviously you can ask them later, but I'll go through them very, very quickly, and we'll see if anything arises later. Smaller changes to our standing orders are basically, what it says. Here, for example, AD was too much. Here we needed to add an E and B and stuff like that. Later in this proposal, we need to change stuff like this, for example. Currently, der Vorstandsaussupporter und kann Teams und Working Groups zur Beratung und Unterstützung der Einzelheiten einsetzen. This paragraph was under Rechte und Pflichten von Mitgliedern, which doesn't make sense. So now we're basically fixing it and putting it under Aufgaben des Vorstands, which makes a little bit more sense. So I think you get the gist of what these proposals are. Here we need to fix the reference because we did changes to our statutes at some previous NA. No, it's not paragraph 12 anymore, but it's paragraph 13. So smaller changes like that. Also, if you have a look at the EPP proposal, it's basically the same picture, to be honest. Veranstaltungen, eine, but B, so basically smaller stuff. Here, another reference needed to be fixed. Another couple of references will be okay. And we want to write out 1/3 and not have it in our statutes like this. Change terms of consultation order. Very quickly. Same picture. I think I don't need to go through that because you already saw that yourself when preparing for this meeting. Now, let's get into proposals 5, 6, 7, and 8, which are not small changes anymore, but a little bigger changes. Deadlines budget. This is something I wanted to do for quite some time because having flexible deadlines in our SoS is quite annoying for everyone involved. So until now, as we can see in our standing orders, we had flexible deadlines, so the national board was able to hand in, more or less, or present the budget for the upcoming year between the 7th and the 14th of September. And depending on the date they actually sent this email to the audit board, they had 7 days to respond, which firstly is not very much, and secondly, it's not very reliable if you have like 7 days from Monday till Sunday, and or even better, they send the email on Sunday, if we have our AD call on Sunday evening, we technically wouldn't meet again before the deadline ends. Therefore, we propose to change this. So the deadline for proposing the budget to the AD now is the 14th of September, and another fixed date, 30th of September for the AD to respond, which takes 2 weeks now. Next proposal is, let's see, nomination and appointment of regional coordinators. Exactly. So what's the thought behind this proposal? Basically, we want to make the election and the appointment of our regional coordinators a little bit more official and also a little bit more congruent with our SoS. Therefore, since all of the platforms are, in comparison to our national assemblies, not that official of an event as the NAs, we can't technically have people voting during these assemblies because then the whole network needed to be voting. Therefore, up to now we propose that the regional coordinators are appointed at these national assemblies, and nominated at these local platforms. Sorry, one sentence completely wrong. Regional coordinators are going to be nominated by the sections of this region at your local platform. Now, now we're getting there. And after this nomination, the national board appoints them like normal board supporter, basically. For this, we needed to do a couple of changes, which basically are summarized here. They are still going to be nominated in the autumn LPs, and this basically is the change that they are going to be nominated by the LPs and appointed by the national board. This is just some legal wording in order for this to make sense in our SoS. That's a quick one. FGSM, also not an official event of this in Germany. And having this in our statutes and standing orders might lead to us being liable for anything happening there. Also, we have no say in the spot distribution for an FGSM, or yeah, I think that's the event I was talking about. That's why we just wanted to delete the FGSM out of our EPP. If for some reason, or if in the future, the FGSM and the French-German cooperation and the committee working within this cooperation are getting more defined, and both France and Germany commit to putting something similar in their EPP or in their SoS, then we can obviously think about including this again. But as of right now, as it stands right now, it doesn't make sense, and at least in our opinion, to have it in here. Proposal 8. Okay, that's the last proposal I'm going to talk about in this session, and actually the one which is, let's say, the one with the biggest impact, but not really, because basically this proposal fixes stuff with our elections during national assemblies, which we already do as we want to change our SoS too, but there are smaller issues with our current SoS. For example, we have this paragraph in here twice. Once regarding our charity, and once regarding the leading of our elections, which is here or something like that. Therefore, we are going to delete one of them within the other. Basically, this is proposal that now, as it was announced, both the parliamentary are responsible to vote in our national assemblies. And there's an addition, and here. If you're talking online voting, it's going to be the eight later on the national board. So basically, same story, but since we don't have a team for all votes, this position, this responsibility is by our team manager. Again, other references to fix. That's nice. We have a question. That's not my.
Thank you. Since both not yet, because I was actually funny. We're talking about this last week quite a lot. So anyhow, we still have time, so we have quite some time for questions. So I will open the speakers list of today. Today we have to do it a little differently, I guess. So I was asked Patrick, she also stays there, so we can pass my microphone to another until we have the second one. So please line up. Don't forget to say your name section and enjoy the questions.
I will.
Catch reaction. That's great. I have a question. Changes in regional meeting. So study the regional meeting is nominated by the LP, but who is going to vote for them today? I didn't get here.
Okay, so basically nothing of the current changes, only the way after the voting during national assembly. So as it stands right now, you in your platform elect this coordinator with some kind of voting. This doesn't change. The only thing that changes is not elected, nominated, and the national board needs to appoint this person as regional coordinator. Approved basically. Further question. I didn't read that. I'm not talking to each other now. Come in.
Regarding the question was asked before, so the national would have to power on the nominee of the person who made the legislations.
Yes, and technically already do that. Now it's more structural, more or less.
Any more questions? I encourage you to also really know what those are about.
But if everything is clear,
Is everything clear? If I ask you to read one proposal and explain it, could you do that?
Yes.
Well, then we're good on time.
So what's the benefit from the new job voting system?
Basically, it's more like our SoS and that we kind of fix issue technically if the local vote and elect you as coordinator. All the other sections of the region would have need to vote well. As the election or we would need to meet the region coordinators as well. Which I guess is going to be fixed and the region are going to find the spots to.
So Thomas, board. This actually had one to maybe an obvious position some officially. And if you like the way the rules are that this means the LPT is behind on the coordinator board so this coordinator. There is a power. And I also this is necessary on the official position. But actually there are supposed to follow the SS as the read first fit and they can theoretically do. That also means of course that they need to explain things why they are vote. Which like as a position, I would not like that without a good reason. Just talking about.
Thank you very much for that. And also.
If you have questions,
And real about last night, the national can always discuss and prepare the national board. The national board will naked will still discussion national league and meet first regional board. So last case, you want the decision power.
Luis, could you remind us what your position is?
Which
CarNAval coordinator SoS. I have one clarifying question. SoS they vote on the regional coordinator. This position is part of the then.
Yes.
like that, I guess. Yes. You can ask questions to any of the proposals. You don't have to stick to one about the original because there are six others that also ask questions. Just remind you. Go ahead.
Lots of this out of curiosity, we've talking about the exclusion of exclusively just today, whether this is also regional because there's one is section voting or section together. So is there like regulation? Yeah. Basically, since the regional ministers are if both is accepted, appointed by the board, or they can be unappointed as a board with the reasons. So yes. Yeah. Same as the board supposed.
Yes, it's again about the regional coordinator. Like point 2 says that if there is no regional coordinator appointed for any reason, then the board can appoint someone. Like, does the phrasing mean that the person can be appointed without their will or consent?
No, it doesn't. Basically, that's just a phrase which kind of needed to be included to support what Thomas said. But obviously, if you don't want to be in a position, no one can force you to. Well, same as if you are elected as a national board and actually you get approved by the assembly, you can still, when the either CT or AD ask you if you accept the vote, and say no. Then, if you are elected, you.
But this is not an election.
True, but you can say no.
This is nomination.
No one wants to ask anything about the sharing team or AB discussion here, because that could actually influence your National Assembly's quite a bit, no? Because I would be kind of interested, but I'm not supposed to ask. Okay, so if there are no questions, are there questions? No. If there are no more questions, I would propose to close the speakers list. Are there any objections? No. The speakers list is closed. Thank you very much. We are going to, Patrick, where are you going? We're going to continue with the proposal 1 for the code of conduct presented by, NB and AB, which is, in this case, Thomas and Patrick. And they have a presentation for them. Yay.
Awesome. So, since I've been talking all the time for the past couple minutes, Thomas is here as well now. Woo! And we can't see the current proposal or the current slide on the screen. However, this is going to be the SoS proposal where most of you, which I have been very happy about, put input into our shared document, which we shared with you a couple of weeks ago, actually, or a month, last year in December. And we had lots of comments, lots of input, and lots of different opinions about different paragraphs of this new SoS proposal, or new COC basically. And thank you again for participating in that, and lots of your input was also included in the final version of this proposal. And you want to say something?
Yes, apparently I want to say something. This basically follows very much the code of conduct also that was recently updated on the international level, and just clarifies a few things. You will see. I hope you have the proposal actually in front of you. Who still needs help actually refining the proposals? Is there because there's the link in the Telegram group to the drive, and then you should be able to find it actually. Okay. Yes. If you have it in front of you, you will see it's getting quite bigger, the code of conduct than it was before.
Exactly. So basically, Thomas, the questions round is going to be later.
What?
Okay, so Thomas already said why we are proposing this proposal. Basically, the idea behind it to give more clarity, to give more insight into what's happening with our SOS, with our COC, with anything that gets reported to a point of contact, to our ombudspersons or to the COC team. And since we had a couple situations the last couple of years, we were able to include these learnings into our SOS proposal. The COC team, thank you for the question, is our two people responsible for answering any questions or any anything that gets reported to them currently, and this is not going to be changed in this proposal. The COC team consists of the main chair of the audit board and the president of the Gießen. So it's the two of us. We had a slight discussion thread about whether to change that or not. The decision for this proposal is to not change that and not open a big discussion about if it makes sense, if it doesn't make sense, because there are pro and cons about this current situation. But yeah, obviously you are, after this National Assembly, more than welcome to come to us with any input about if this current situation is something we want to stick with, if it's something we might need to think about, if it's worth it to basically implement a safe team or something like that on the national level. So yeah, I invite you to come to us. I invite you to start the discussion or continue the discussion that has been going on. And obviously, if I use any other variations that you don't get, we can go through that later. Exactly. Then description and rationale number 2. The goal, as I said in the beginning, is that everyone knows what's going on, basically, when a violation gets reported. And we want to adapt our SOS to COC in order to make it a little more congruent with the international version, which accepted during last meeting. Okay, what do we want to change? What do we need to change? Basically, as you can see here, the green sections is what needs to be updated. So basically, all of it, but the headings of that. And we're going to go through that one by one now. And these are the changes. You're welcome. Nah, just kidding. So let's go through that one by one. As you've read the proposal, I'm just going to summarize what we changed in these specific paragraphs. So basically, paragraph 1 is going to be that we're going to add basically an extension about elaboration, what the COC is about, why we have the COC, and we want to clarify the principle behind why and how we are working and include the values of our assembly, and therefore, basically, the only change is that the first paragraph is a little bit longer now, with a little bit more explanation. What's going to change in Ziele und Verhaltensnormen? This is a completely new paragraph, and we included this because we wanted to include a paragraph with the objectives of the COC. We want to tell you, or we want to make it clear to the reader of this document why we have this, why it exists, why it's important to us, why it's important to us to basically work together and with somewhat of common sense. But I don't need to tell you what's in there because you've already read everything, I suppose. And the last slide I'm going to present is the slide. So paragraph 3, what's new here? Basically, I can't tell you to add all the changes. It's just getting more detailed, more clear to anyone who's reading this proposal what's going on. And we want to make it clear that the COC is for all volunteers, students, and third parties. If they do and act within the realm of Eastern Germany, then it includes all physical meetings, and we have one today, or online activities. So even if you write an email or contact people over Slack, it's still important to follow these guidelines and basically treat each other with respect. And the last part is basically in addition to what I said here, anything that is in connection to our work within Eastern Germany should be included in our rules and policies. And now for the next couple of changes.
Yes, thank you very much. It is my pleasure to present the changes to the Verhaltensgrundsätze. There is none. That's basically still reads the same, saying just don't be a bad person. It's a very central paragraph, but our behaviors we want and don't want are still the same. Welcome. So the next changes are going to be in Abläufe, so basically, the way that sanctions can be issued. There is a new point of contact. What you think, probably you've seen it on the website already, there's an incident form, so you don't have to write an email to us anymore to code hunting. It is still possible, but there's also the possibility to use this kind of anonymous form on the ESN Germany website. And yes, it's all described a little bit more clearly how sanctions can be issued. So yes, it's more defined more clearly. That's basically it. The different types of sanctions are outlined more clearly, and also, yes, it's issued what steps should be followed by doing these sanctions. So it's more clearly that all the parties have to be heard, and yes, basically the right to appeal of the person who is accused. Next one, please. So very important for you, Anwendung auf lokaler Ebene. We really want to make sure that you can use this code of conduct also for your local section. This is stated in this new paragraph. This does not mean that we or anyone from the ESN Germany or the national level can impose sanctions that consider your section. But it means that you can use this code of conduct actually to impose sanctions on people in your section or on your, that interact with your section. And we would encourage you actually to, if there's any questions about that or anything where you're not clear what you can do actually, you can still reach out of course to us as the code of conduct team. But yeah, I think it can be quite a useful tool. I know that a few, but probably not a lot of you have a local code of conduct. So this is also a help for you to just use this and refer to it in case you witness any unwanted behavior. Yes, as I already said, it's still possible to write an email. At events, there is always a point of contact, like we have with the ombudsperson, which exists here at the National Assembly, and which should also shall exist at local talk firms and other events. Any event basically within the scope of ESN Germany, and the new thing is the form on the website. Anyone look for the form already while I was talking? No? Okay, it's possible to find this. I mean, there's a link also in the proposal.
Exactly. We're gonna open it now, just for you to have a look at what this actually how this looks like. This is our website, and if you scroll down, you have all our documents here. we have our standing orders, we have our code of conduct. And if you click on the code of conduct, you can now, before reading the CUC, which is still the old version because we didn't approve the new version yet, click on reported incident. So it's very easy for anyone to basically have a look at it and fill out this form. Also, if you have a look at this paragraph or this section at the very bottom, reported CUC incident, it's a separate link down here. And if you click on contact us, you also can report an incident. Why did we implement that? Basically, the email address is known to our sections, to our volunteers, but not to all of them. This form is on our website, so anyone can access this. Students, international students, your guests, your volunteers, you, and therefore we wanted to basically make it more accessible. If you click on here, it should open. You can read it, doesn't matter, you can click on it yourself. Basically, it describes the process of what happens or what happened, and then we get a notification and read it. You obviously have the chance to fill this out anonymously. However, obviously we can't just impose any sanctions by some anonymous form. Therefore, if you want us to follow up and if you want to make sure that basically all information is gathered and the case is going to be handled with all the certainty you can have, you have the possibility to put your email address. Thank you. That's all
I just feel like, yes, now. Thank you very much for the presentation. We have, surprise, a Q&A for this. So if you have any questions regarding the proposals to the Code of Conduct, please come to the front, ask your questions to the Code of Conduct team, and see if they can answer them. Still, once again, encouraging you all to ask questions since you're going to vote on this tomorrow. So please engage. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruben, Jason, thank you for this very thought through proposal. I was wondering, however, when it comes to the third and our fourth section of Geltungsbereich, third section, you actually added. Can you maybe go back to the slide? Yes. Okay, but because one of the changes was in the end to add this ESN Germany and new and or its sections. And for me, say okay, the code of conduct is valid whenever there's something has to do with ESN Germany and or its sections, would for me also imply that it also deals with situations that happen within a section or within a section's activity. Is that? I think that's not what you meant. How is the difference to understand? Because how it reads now, it looks like okay, or everything related to sections.
Yes, so thank you for the question. I'm Thomas, National Board. So again, thank you for the question. So it's actually yes. I mean, it can apply to that. Also, if an incident happens just within the sections, you will be able, as the section or someone from the section, to report the incident to the Code of Conduct team. As I said, that does not mean that the sanctions that we can issue concern the section. So, for example, we cannot exclude someone from a local section, obviously. But, for example, if an incident happens and the person involved is someone who is also active on the national level, that is, but it did not happen at the name, for example, but at the local event. That is also one of the reasons why we said like it applies everywhere within the context of ESN Germany.
Patrick, Amy, thank you very much. And also, technically, the CUC of ESN International also applies to both ESN Germany and our sections. This version just makes sure that we have a German interpretation, more or less, of the code of conduct, and we want to make sure, as Thomas already explained very well, that it also includes basically the situations here. Thank you.
Any other questions? Yes, I see someone coming to the front. You don't have to wait, by the way. In case someone is still asking their question, you can already come to the front and line up.
So, I said from Roland, it's going to be fast. So, because we have the capability of the COC international and now the adapting version of the COC Germany national level. My question is like, so we do not actually need to reproduce in a local level COC, right? So we just say our section sticks to German COC, having observation of like availability of the international COC, and that's it. Or we need to actually reproduce it between the whole section.
Patrick, in theory that's true. In combination with what the legals talked about yesterday, it gives also you the possibility to act on any bigger violations of that COC. Because if anything happens and you need to go through the whole process of raising this issue at one of your general assemblies or local assemblies or whatever you call them, this, what the legal presented yesterday gives you in combination with the guidelines laid out here, more freedom, I would say. But yeah, I think you don't need to actually.
Yes, Thomas, National Board. Yes, that gives you the opportunity, but that does not mean that we would encourage you to include something in your documents, be it like something similar to this or just a sentence, the code of conduct of ESN Germany International applies, because I mean, I'm not the legal expert here, but if you actually want to exclude someone from your association, it's always good to have like something to be sure in your own statutes.
Patrick, a little addition. This is a general version. Obviously, if you see something that for your section is very specific, you also obviously can include something like that in your statutes. We cannot, however, include any situation for 42 and possibly more sections in the future in our as a COC of ESN Germany. So, yeah.
Hi, Jake Eason at Rostock. I opened the form for reporting something, and on the third or something question where you can say what happened, you can click multiple options, but only one of them. And I think maybe it would be nice if you could put multiple at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all I want to say.
Thanks for the feedback. I like the idea. I'm going to change that. Are you happy?
Okay, multitasking. Any more questions? I would really appreciate it if we still have to alter something for the next presentation. No? No questions? Because then I would ask one, if that's right, with my ears in Austria head. So MT ears in Austria. Currently, you have this reporting tool where you can report to the Code of Conduct team, and as I assume, because I've never asked, but I assume, since you are the Code of Conduct team, you're both men. Is there a possibility to actually request to talk to someone with the same gender when reporting an incident?
Patrick, maybe. Yes, there is. The COC team basically is your to our spokesperson for this National Assembly, for example, Alicia. If you don't want to talk to Thomas or myself, she's national board. There are other national board members, like Sarah, like Emily. So yeah, basically anyone on the national level, or the other one you might have is someone you can talk to.
Okay, elaborating a little bit, also Thomas, National Board. So, as the right now, technically, like always, these two positions are connected to the COC team. It's automatically put out of these two positions. There's nothing included within ZERS like a gender balanced team there. But as Patrick already said, like this is like the standard point of contact. There's always options to talk to somebody else from the beginning.
Or, I mean, if you write us an email and say, we request another person, that's also possible, of course. It's just an option to make this clear, but of course we can always adapt to individual needs.
Thank you very much. So, are there any more questions regarding the code of conduct proposals? No. Okay. Then I would propose to close the speakers list. Are there any objections? No objections. Speakers list is closed. Thank you very much. Yes. Next up, we have the presentation from the candidate section. So, I would ask ESN Gießen. Sorry, ESN Gießen candidate section to be your Erasmus United Gießen to join me on stage, please. You can take your time a little bit because I need to open your file. So,
Okay, good morning everyone. I'm Petros from Erasmus United Gießen, an interested organization. Thank you for having us. Having some small technical stuff, which is solved. Okay. So, yeah, before I start, you see I'm holding two great stuff here. I saw the Gießen website, you all have mascots. So I have to pay my grade, Gießen means. So first things first, this is like the first version of our mascot, the watering can. We are open to suggestions. Of course. I'm leaving here. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to jump right in. Like you see, interest organization, yes, please is the question. You can try.
No question
Okay, thanks for the input. So, moving on to the next. So, why Gießen? So, it was like 2021, we were like 7 people. It was during Corona, we said, okay, why there's no ESN in Gießen? We have a lot of Erasmus students, we have a lot of internationals. I myself am an international student from Greece, and I'm currently the president of Erasmus United Gießen. And we are like students from all over the world. I'm going to tell you about that right away. By the way, this is our university building. It's known to not be so great, not so beautiful, but it's very functional. So that you know. So, about our team. 7 founding members, and you have people, you see the people here that want to have a teacher here, and some other people were a bit shy. But we have a team, and my treasurer just arrived. Sorry? Exactly. And the Deutsche Bahn is a little bit late. Of course. So, we're going to move forward here. Like, I don't know how it is in other sections, we have newcomers, and we try to get as many people as possible that are interested in doing that. And here you can see, for example, those three guys that you see in the picture, the two guys and one girl, are very, very good. They organize very good stuff. And the team is constantly evolving. Like, we have applications now, and we are actually talking with Taylor about that today. I'm gonna go to the next slide. And yeah, our board. Petro, like I said, I'm the president of that. Vice President is Edson. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here today, but Petro is here. Yeah. So, we have some further positions. We're trying to incorporate the business structure into our organization, and we have a social media team. We have a team. I'm also inside there, so to make sure that things are running smoothly and that it's according to our rules. And our partnership management, Sarah, is doing a great job finding partners in Gießen. The thing with Gießen is like, it doesn't have an ESN section yet, and one of the reasons is like, it has a very, the structures are there. They do not see it needed. So finding partners and saying to them, okay, we're doing a good job is quite hard work, but Sarah is doing really well. So, our treasurer is going to talk about the recruitment steps for what we're doing for that. Yes, hello everyone. We developed more like an organic way of acquiring people. So the thing that is people call us through email. That was a very nice website there, and they just send emails and ask what do you do, how is it, and organically we saw that we just invited them so that they take part in our meetings and our events, and when they're interested, they stay with us. And that is like the second step when they say, okay, I'm coming regularly to the events. And the third thing is that we do is now they say, okay, now you do an event at your own, and we just watch it. Normally we have one person off the club together with the person, and they start organizing like a Stammtisch or another small event. And that's how we know that we are engaged in the club, in the ESN. So I'm going to continue here because I have a slide and to speak better about that. What's our vision? Of course, we take into account the visions of Gießen Germany, Gießen International, but we also think for ourselves and we want to link the local and international students. We see this thing maybe in Gießen, maybe in other German cities. Internationals tend to stay with themselves, and Germans tend to stay most of themselves. I mean, I here today, I find it great that people from all over the world are all together, and we're striving toward this goal in Gießen. And we want to organize events and activities for all the internationals, all, of course, the local people. And through that comes the intercultural exchange. And you see how people like are behaving from Germany, and when you meet somebody from Colombia, for example, it's totally different worlds, but takes a bit of practice, and then we see that through practice it becomes really good. By the way, this is a picture of our new stadium in Gießen. We're planning to do maybe an event this summer there. Maybe if you want, you're invited. But I'm going to keep you updated about that. Yeah, like I said, incorporating the ASN courses are a part of our goals. The 6 courses, and we have like a team, but we also get help from the students, from the international students, local students that are not part of the team but want to participate and do many nice events. For example, we will do a Ukrainian culture night on the students also that are asking me a lot of work to do in those events. And I mean, the case reports are great. I've read them all through. We discussed what that with the team. We're going to show you what we did, what events we did, but it's quite possible that some overlapping, but I think that's how it's supposed to be. I mean, the culture event can be also a health development event. So, like I said, we started around 2021. It was Corona. I could talk about that. We did a lot of online stuff, but because of the uni, it was like, having a keen eye on us, we couldn't do like much, you know. So I'm gonna talk from a project in summer semester 22. We started really well in April with the welcome barbecue, and then we got to know all the Erasmus students. There were around 100 people, I would say, and we did some more events like trips to cities close there. And our highlight of the semester was like the Europe Week 2022. On the 6th of May, we did like Europe Day with different sport activities and songs and stuff. You can Google Erasmus United Gießen, or Europe Week, and you can find that. We also did a networking event where we met other organizations in Gießen, and we had the possibility like, to get to know them, and also the Erasmus people that were with us in the internationals, to get to know more people. For example, actually, like a culture United, like the thing that we're here in Köln, we also have that, of course, and we are partnering with them. So it was a nice thing. And you can see here, we tried like to see what ESN processes were incorporated. Like I said, there's overlapping possible, but we're trying to do our best for that. And some more projects, like basic stuff, Stammtisch, theater. One more minute. Okay, we're gonna run fast. Italian barbecue, it's self-explanatory. We did all the good things that we can. And then we go to the winter semester. Our highlight here, I think, was like a trip to Wiesbaden, and the next day was a tree planting event in cooperation with the FOSH, correct, like with the state, with the Stadt Gießen, we planted around 300 trees. This was great. And like you see here, we don't have so much time. Some hard facts. We have like for an academic year, 2021 and 22, 430 incomings and outgoings 300. So we have a lot of people. And according to that amount of people, we received some funding from the LIFE program from the EAD. And you can contact us here. I'm done. You can find our QR code and our data. Yeah. And thank you for your attention. Yes.
Give me a second now. Thank you very much for your presentation. I would again encourage you to ask questions. You're gonna vote on the section's status tomorrow, so please come to the front if you have any questions for Erasmus United Gießen. I will open the speakers list now. Oh, there are a lot of people. Yes. Please don't forget the name and section.
Tobias from the NP. So joining ESN goes along with also taking on responsibilities. So it starts with paying membership fees. It goes along with joining in ACE, with having regular calls several times per month. So why do you still want to join ESN when it goes along with so many tasks? That's quite easy because ESN is a very recognition. I've been to Karlsruhe. I was there also in ESN, and I think it's part of when you make a group that you want to grow and you want to take more responsibility. That's why you do this kind of stuff. It's not just a joke or it's not just for fun. it takes responsibility as well along the way when you want to how to say betreuen in English. Can someone help me? Take care of other people.
I wish Ollie Mark. In 2020, I was part of the national board, and together with my friend at the time, we had a call with a group of interested students from Gießen that went out to form a section. And one of their concerns is that there's already a group that exists in Gießen, local international, that is part of Studentenwerk. They are already founded by Studentenwerk, by the AD, by a couple of brands more. They are already established, they already organize Stammtisch, they already organize the cultural nights, they already take care of our, they already do all sorts of events to welcome the students. So how do you see yourself also existing in Gießen together with them?
Thank you for the question. So to make things clear, I'm working with Local International also. I'm the under my post there, and we are using Local International as a place to do our events. For example, the Europe Week that we did it there. Furthermore, Local International is funded by the AD in Düsseldorf, and it's not competition, but a cooperation. And if some of you want to come to Gießen for the future, also visit us, we might, most likely will do it in Local International. So there's no competition, just we work together.
Ruben is like my side, maybe even more easy than the first question, because what I missed is like, what is the general motivation for you to go to ESN? Because technically you can follow courses without being in ESN, you can build up a network without being in ESN. Why do you want to be here? That would be really like, what do you expect from ESN?
So I think it's pretty straightforward. I mean, like I said, we have our own goals. Okay, we are independent, independent now, but we see ESN like as a possibility to grow. Because we see, like, I watched the audit, the theme, the thing that we did, and I see that it's a nice structure. And we think that all of our team that you have a very nice organization, very nice goal that you're working to, and like Pedro said, okay, we have like fun events, but we don't take it as a joke because students come to Gießen, for example. They know nobody, and they come to us, and they know ESN. Of course, we're not ESN yet, but this is not the point. We see that ESN is doing a great job, and we want to help, do a small part to grow the network and also get help from the network.
Thank you.
Hello, Patrick A. I've got a question in two parts. First of all, do you think this presentation, you presenting yourself during our national assembly is an important step for you to become ESN section?
I mean, the obvious answer is yes, but like you see us here, you see what we're doing. We also see what we're doing, and we say we like what we're doing. We hear as guests, right? Interested organization, and of course we see it as a step, but we don't see it like we didn't come here and say, okay, we're gonna become ESN. No, we just see it as an experience. We wanna see how you people are doing NAs that was never here, and I think what you're doing is good. I've said it like a couple of times, and yes, I think it's
one more word would be enough, so yes. With this being an important step, how do you want to convince the National Assembly that related to this important step, you are going to be a responsible section within our network?
Can you repeat the last part? Because I'm not quite sure.
Just want to make sure that you get elected as an executive tomorrow, and I want you to present to the section why you think you are going to be a responsible part
Yeah, it's a good question. Why do we think? I mean, we are doing this in Gießen, we are cooperating with the university, and we think we can do it because basically we are incorporating the ESN in our club, and I mean, we are positive about that. I cannot assure you now that we're going to be great or we're going to make it, but I think we are confident enough in our structure, in our team, in our beliefs, in our causes that we can do it.
Yes, speaking of coordinator, I have two questions. Firstly, you already have an established communication or connection to your international office or another way to reach out to international students. And can you elaborate on the partners you have in Gießen and what's your partnerships like?
Yes, so for the first question, we are cooperating with the university, with the national office. We know the people on the personal level are also working there, so basically my colleagues. And they will send like in the middle of March an email to all the incoming students and all the outgoing students with the info that exists with a link to the WhatsApp group and the link back to our social media channels. And can you repeat the second question? Yes, our partnerships. So, like I said, we have a structure of ESN, we try to cooperate, of course. We do have some partners, but it's not so easy like this in Gießen. Gießen, things are established. And we're trying to do stuff, but we do have, like I said, organizations now, we're also working now. So basically, we're trying to be in the international office. Then we are also cooperating with the CarNAval project reminder, doing some stuff together, basically information exchange, some maybe couple joint events. And we're also cooperating with, I don't know if you know it, some Berufsverband in Germany for following. So basically what we're doing, most of them are going to do an Erasmus outside Germany, so we will meet them together, we're planning that actually, and we will cooperate and tell people what they should know. I mean, yeah, so I'm not so much yet, we're on with that, but we're planning to be more on that, to do more.
Before you ask a question, we have a couple of questions or like a couple of people in the speakers list, and we're already running short on time, so I would propose to close the speakers list for everyone apart from the people who are still standing here. Does anyone oppose? No. Speakers list is closed, and I would ask you to please be concise in your questions and your answers. Thank you very much.
Hi, Margarita, SoS family. You talked about you have 7 founding members and then you show pictures of people, but I didn't extend you explain your recruitment procedure, which is quite, let's say, fluid. It doesn't have like a very structured thing where first you're a newbie, then you're an active member, and then you take responsibilities in the board. So I wanted to ask you how many active members that you can actually count on do you have at the moment?
Yeah, good question. Like, all of us in our team are 19 people, but active members I would say are 15. And this structure, recruiting we don't have. We have a recruiting, and it has pros and cons, but we're open to suggestions.
Thanks.
Mustafa, National Event Manager. And since you have a motivated team and you have the possibility that you can use this stadium, do you think will it be possible to organize a national Erasmus Games next year in Gießen?
Never say never, man. I mean, we know people in the university that work with us together. If you help us with that, why not?
My name is Stuttgart. So first of all, thank you for your presentation. I directly checked social media and I'm very happy to see that you're active there. And I'm not sure how much you're involved in the communication, but I just wanted to ask if you are aware of the visual identity that ESN follows. And obviously knowing that the candidate section has different rules to follow, I I still wanted to ask if you are aware of that and if you are implementing, like already preparing to implement the digital identity to follow that also with your section if you're going to be a candidate section.
Okay, thank you. So let's be sure it's the same thing I'm thinking. So you need like a template.
Yeah, like colors and like the fonts and so on, and like everything looks recognizable as yes.
Like how to present and stuff, like
Yeah.
which way. We gone there, we have like a new member, she's doing like, she's studying Gießen and she was in ESN in Hungary, I don't know which city exactly, but she was part of the social media group and she's actually planning for the summer semester and this incorporation.
Good.
Okay, please. I have two questions there. The first is, do you have like documentations and everything about like the transition when you change, like when your board members change and everything? Is do you have like structure which is like fixed somewhere in some drive or wherever you're using?
Yes, of course, we're, so, do you know what I mean? We have it already and we have it documented and with us here.
Okay. And then the second question, because there was a presentation of years ago of like in Darmstadt, which was almost a year ago, where we are like showing interest. So the question is, what's your timeline and what changes then? Like what's your timeline? Is now you're going to the candidate section, so like how far you're going to go, when you want to become it?
Yes, yeah, we had some conversations about that, and I would say, yeah, for us it's not so important that we become ESN now. We want like to get the idea of ESN, the structure of the account. I would say here, maybe. I don't know if it's possible. I don't know the internal things.
I think you have to get this twice in an AA. This is our first time, and the next one is between September and November, something like that. And then we can come and.
But you already showed interest in the
What?
There was already some in the Darmstadt.
Yes. This is the founder member who went there is not with us anymore, and that's why we were not sure how far we have to. How are we right now? That's why I said we start from the beginning. We come here for the first time. It's going to be a project that with the beginning and an end.
So you're like showing interest.
Yes. And we can do as many times as needed.
Hi, I'm David, President of Lissabon. And I have two small questions. One is, you could maybe just say for how long you have existed, kind of just give a short introduction of that, like how long this whole project is going on. And also maybe give us a small insight into like your financial structure, like where you get funding from, different finances, do you have any like additional sponsors or partnerships besides BMI?
Yes, okay. So for how long we existed? I mean, we were also on friends in Gießen and we were talking about the other stuff. We were living in the dormitories, so basically everyone was doing like Erasmus or events. But we became way more structured from the beginning of the beginning, from 2021, and we count this at the beginning because before we were like, okay, you have 3 friends and you say you're doing ESN something, but it's not for Erasmus United something. And yeah, second, about our financial stuff, we're getting, our treasurer next week, right away about that.
We get it, and we also don't spend all the money. I'm quite strict with the money. And at the end of the year, we said, okay, we have still too much, let's do some events for Erasmus people. But actually, that's way too much money. And the way we do things, we try to save a lot. And that's why 2,500 euros that we got today, and it's actually, I think, enough. Of course, actually I'm here also to ask some other people that do finances about how it works with when you do events to get money and stuff like that. From student, so you can even get even more money, but only with an A that's more than enough.
So currently
That's the only way of getting money.
Another reminder to that, our partnership manager is currently working on the concept of getting some publicity and then maybe get some money from sponsors, partners, but it's in the works.
All right. Thank you very much for this engaged question and answer session. Also, remember, the Erasmus United Gießen is going to be here for the weekend, so you can also approach them in the coffee break, ask your questions if you have them, and for the finance part, we're going to have the community time later, so I guess you're going to have a lot of opportunity to ask there. Thank you again for the presentation, and I would ask the next one to come up, which is the application for the OC of the summer. Thank you. So it is in Düsseldorf. Would you make your way to the stage, please? Yes. Thank you. People, please move. You don't? Okay.
So yeah, we got asked to to host the next NA, and yeah. So that's what I'm doing here. To be honest, it's the most back application on the that I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot. So sorry for that, but we really in a rush. Yeah, could you go ahead? Düsseldorf here, really here, and it's just around, so pretty close. Yeah, let's go. Let's go on. Sorry. Yeah, date most likely we should see 18th to the 21st of May. Spots will have at least 100. Yeah, thanks. We can see that started and will some more people coming up, but the basic of C is standing. Go ahead. More time to questions soon. Yeah. Values. Yeah, we managed to get a venue that makes it possible to organize an A Düsseldorf. It's pretty tricky, and yeah, we're happy we found something. We're still looking for better options, but with this one, it would be possible to do it in Düsseldorf. Primary rooms, yeah, we have our university. Yeah, this is no problem over there. We did it last time with them, all fine. Social program we did not plan yet. We have some operations class, but we also want to do some alternative program, but yeah, go ahead please. Price, yeah, worst case I'm going to 50 euros because we don't have time to look for sponsors yet. But yeah, worst case is worth bad, it's just doing. I think 120 euros is realistic. We're aiming to do even better, but yeah, just got started, yeah. And now we have time for questions and ideas, suggestions, everything. Sorry for the quiet back, presentation so far, but yeah, we have, just a few minutes.
Thank you very much. This is how like my presentation is short and concise. So we have a Q&A for the OC of your summer NA. I'm opening the speakers list now. Remember, voting, blah, you know what I've said like the last couple of times, and I see Thomas coming up. So, question, Thomas.
Yes, please. Thank you. I'm Thomas. I'm National Reports. Maybe just to clarify to everyone else why this is happening. When did you decide to apply for the OCS NA?
Well, I would say last week, but yeah, it came up here this week.
One question actually.
Yes. We have an associate group and they volunteered to join it, and yes, yes, and yes.
Ruben, listen, like I said, I know you're just starting, just asking because I did want something like this already in the past. Can we expect a Trump party again?
Nice suggestion. We have something like that in Düsseldorf. They never replied to our when we asked them to do a joint party for our Erasmus students. We might ask again, but yeah, it might be expensive and the first time we like want to make it affordable. If we find more money and they reply, yeah, I would like to finish, but I don't know.
I think it would be beautiful.
Margarita, yes, I mean, obviously we all prefer NNA than no NNA, so thank you so much for stepping up. But of course, this is not the kind of application for NAOC presentations that we're used to seeing. So yeah, I guess my question is do you have a timeline? How is the OC structured? How are you going to pull it off? That's the question. I mean, we all want DNA in Düsseldorf, but I would like to know more how it's going to look like.
Yeah, I think we would needed 2 more weeks to have everything structured and better visualized and have budget and everything. Oh, sorry. But yeah, we just started, we set it up and yeah. Next week we could have something more precise, but for now we're just checking out if it is possible and the last day can be is possible and how we kind of starting. So yeah, it's pretty much the beginning of it.
Just as a suggestion, I keep us in the loop.
National award. The question is actually for the national award. Because the deadline for application was on the 26th of January, currently they applied last week or a couple days ago. So how did that win in terms of process? And what I'm getting is really concerned is that if someone was getting forced into applying for the AMA since they don't really have applied or not.
We had 2 open calls. Sorry. First of all, then we had 2 open calls, and both open calls for 14 days. It's also like this in our EEP, so it was not wrong. And after 2 open calls, we can appoint a session to organize the post and in this case, this is the point. And after the question was, Milan can answer it.
Well, I don't feel that false. We knew that everybody was best to do it, so but I don't force that's the obligation.
Guys, we're not having conversations here. We're doing your one-on-one and you always say who you are and you're not discussing there. So if you have
Yeah, no, I don't do that.
The process was they sent us an email, they want to organize the events, in Düsseldorf, because the case. I didn't know.
Are there any other questions?
Thank you very much. So if there are no more questions, I propose to close the speakers list. Are there any objections? No. Speakers list is closed. Thank you very much. All right. What do we have next? Oh yeah, nice. Okay. So next up do a little publicity for Antonia and me. You see in the corner, we have our Instagram names, and I've noticed that a couple of you are taking pictures, and it would be really nice if you could tag us in your pictures so we could share our stories, also for our national organizations, doing a little bit of Instagram coordinating here. That would be nice. So is someone from the OC here that could tell us how we're doing the group picture now? And afterwards you have your coffee break.
Hello. Okay, I'm just going to be outside at the stairs, so everyone gather there, and then I'm going to take some group pictures of everyone together, and then in the coffee break, you can also come to me as the sections or regions, and we can take some more photos. So yeah, just come up to me and.
Okay, so before you run away, please take your flags, and please remember we have now 15 minutes for the group picture and then 15 minutes coffee break. Wait, before you walk off, we're not done yet. Then we have 15 minutes of coffee break and then we continue here. So please be back on time, which is 11:30, so we can continue. If you want to take any additional pictures, regions, sections, section corporations, passport, I don't care, please do that during the coffee break. We want to continue at past, so I expect you all to be back at past. Thank you very much and enjoy the picture and the coffee break. Please take your seats again. Alonso, could I ask you to get the people from outside, please? Thank you. And the national board can already come to me on stage. Please, national board, to the stage, and everyone else take their seats, please. We want to continue. Please, everyone take your seats and be company, please. Alright, everyone please take your seats. We want to continue, we want to get food, we want to meet the people from your communities. This is all only possible if you are here. I'm telling that to the wrong people because only the people that are here hearing me. So everyone has their community, even if you don't will. And the community can work as follows. So you're gonna accompany your either national board member or for the newbies, public. And which one are you communication? So and then yes, is our community meeting. All right. So for the council of representatives, we have the group, not the part of the city. For the president and Thomas. For the VP/HR, we have Listia and Nicholas. Then for PhD, I guess it's yes. So Samir, are you the C1 in the aula? Oh yes, sorry. This finance team. So everyone treasurer or has anything remote to money section, please. And partnerships, yes. Please go with then we have events, which also here all with Mustafa, communications with Nadi in Java as well, and then newbies with short talk. Everyone knows where to go. Does anyone identify any newbies that I just read out loud? You can actually enjoy everyone you want to identify either. You have to only sorry, I'm not quite sure.
There's no other groups, just stay with you all, also for the social coordination that can have your side here. For the youth, it's just.
Yeah. So we want to reach out to asking about and that is your. So if you get students want to take this assembly, if you don't end up any of these lovely communities, then more than welcome to join the talk to basically help anything that you're
So we did not plan to have an IT community, but of course if you want to gather together as an IT community and somebody wants to host it, yes, you can go to this and have the IT community and talk about IT topics.
Alright, so we're gonna have 1 hour of community time, and this is also for the community leaders. I expect you back at 12:40 so we can continue. It's not about, you're not gonna miss me 5 minutes later. Yes, we will. So please come back here before 12:40 so we can continue. Thank you. Everyone follow their communities for the presidents and for everyone else and follow us and so on and so forth.
Most of museums, I actually at some point wondered if we actually had way too much cultural option. A thing that we got from the sessions complained that they want to know where exactly are we going to museums, how many slots, 2 months in advance, but what happens is that most museums don't allow us to book more than 6 or even 3 weeks in advance. So we can have a general idea if we keep the same program year after year, but if we are doing a new program each year, we don't know before more than 3 weeks in advance how many slots we have, which museum we are going exactly. Flagborough was the highlight of the event. We was not supposed to end up with garden like he did. That was suggested by the authorities. It's something that we should keep because where it ended, like the picture that you just saw, was amazing. If we went to actually do speeches during the event, we probably should find some structured stage or something where we want to do the speeches. Like this. Yeah, city tours, they were given by volunteers. We wrote the tour ourselves.
We should give you another 30 seconds. Go to the conclusion.
Okay, yeah, city tours, maybe they should be professional. Party, techno was the go-go. That was a complaint for most Erasmus. I thought it was that like a party. Like I said, it looks like it's funny, but the carnival of that club was a huge safety hazard. There were people waiting in there, people were literally waiting more than 1 hour to get jackets back, without jacket outside, with the cold.
Sorry, I have to cut you off here.
Okay.
Sorry. I can give you the post-event slide during the Q&A if you fancy. Thank you, Luis, for this rather cut short presentation of Springworks 2022. Remember, it's the first time I've ever had to do this. Okay, it's not my fault.
Okay.
Anyhow, so we're gonna have a Q&A for this one as well. So when you have questions about Springworks, please line up as the people are already doing that. And are you ready? Yes. So we open the speakers list, and here is
Green light, excellent. Yes, he's an option, active member. How many of the museums did actually require an entrance fee, and can you give like a bit of an approximation on how much that makes for each section this year?
All the museums that we had, they were for free. There were a couple of museums that we had to pay a fine because the group said a failed to show up or was confusing or last minute changes, but because to try to keep the registration fee as low as possible, we only went for 3 options.
Mustafa, National Board. My question is, you said that we didn't get any feedback from OC, and it's a lessons learned session. And as far as I know, the head of OC should do the feedback comes from the OC and lessons learned session. The question is here, why didn't you do it then?
That was not on my tax description.
Mustafa, and again, you were in the OC in 2019 when you know that in Germany, it's always the case that head of OC does this.
I can tell you because I was also there in 2019. It was not that was handled by the national board. Which in 2019 was most of the national board in the OC. So which probably also creates that problem that maybe things need to be clear a bit better in the tax description.
Okay, it's a good feedback, but yeah. Chris lesson from the museums you have to go to hire, would it be possible to offer the museums before the able booking it, taking the risk that you won't get it, but at least you can give the sections prior a fixed program?
Yes, and it only fix deciding in advance which museums you want to try. So that's what I gave as feedback also. If you want to keep the same program from year to year, then we kind of already can tell you, or the next thing can tell you, which museum they will be if they try to get the same one.
Hey, Garner from Ace Augsburg. I also have a question about the cultural thing. Is there a reason behind why we didn't get the museums pass, for example? Because then the students could go to the museum that they want to. Because some go to really shitty ones, and some go to really good ones. And also, Ace Augsburg hasn't received their postcards from the welcome back, so I would appreciate it if Ace Augsburg gets it back.
What cards I will personally bring them to you at some point if you remember. No, museum, that's the problem with organizing such an event, is that suddenly 1,000 people, 1,200 are in Berlin and they want to go to museums. Like most museums don't have capacity for 1,000 people at the same time. That's, yeah, like there are a lot of different options. You will look at all the options that you want. Maybe an idea is that the museum or the cultural program is not booked by the sections, but booked by the participants themselves somehow. Again, it's simply impossible to fit 1,000 people at 3 in the afternoon in this specific museum they want to go.
But the museum passes, I think, longer, so they can just go.
Samuel, SMU München. Would it maybe be possible in future to announce things a bit earlier, because we had a lot of people and we had like 1 day or 2 days to sort out our museums, our rooms. And for example, we also had spots we combined with Augsburg, and they had 50 people, but they had 45 spots in the museum. So the other 5 people just go home.
And you know, that's again what I say. Like probably each people more about the expansion by themselves where they want to go. Because yeah, museums they have their own slot sizes, so there's not much that often can go about.
Isn't 120 euros quite a lot if you have to use the museum yourself?
If you ask another question, please state your hand section again. You can ask 2 questions at once, but
Sounds very SMU München, but isn't 120 euros quite a large participation fee if you book the museums yourself and only the hostel is included basically?
There are the other costs with the flag parade, there are the costs in the OC, there are the costs with the party itself, the cost to organize 40 euros and 50 cents per person. The one comment is that this last edition we did not get for free, they also costed around 5 euros per person, and yeah, it's just not the also the cost.
Could you maybe send a financial report? Just so you can see what it costs one day. Thank you.
Hi, Bianca, ESN Germany Alumni. So my question, I have 2 questions. The first one is a question of understanding. So you were the head of OC, right? And the budget, you said there's still something going on, so it's not everything done yet to conclude like the free break 2022. Okay? Yes? Okay. So do you see any problem in being head of OC and the financial auditor at the same time for the free break 2022?
Personally, I even raised that concern before I applied, something I applied for first. Not even sure which position I applied for first. Yeah, I myself raised that concern. So it's also looking, because as a financial auditor, I don't work alone, like I coordinate the audits that's done by the entire board, audit board. But yes, should ideally not happen.
Yes, it's an option. Looking at all the programs for the cultural program, I think it was small, I think there are even more. Have you ever considered just offering, like, not organizing that and the sections organizing the cultural program, or is it like mandatory for this kind of event to have some organized cultural program included?
On that, I can tell you that we had in 2019, 18, 19, in the 8, we organized also from the sections to us for the ideas for the event, and also we get feedback from 2019 that most sections do say that it's our responsibility to organize the entire program, that they literally want to just pay, go and enjoy without any responsibilities. So that's feedback that we got in the past.
Before you ask your question, we're already over time, so I would propose to close the speakers list if there are no other questions apart from the people that already lined up. Any other questions? Okay? Is that? So I propose to close the speakers list. Are there any objections? No, speakers list is closed. Continue.
So you were the whole of the OC 2018 and this 2022 already. Are you considering to join the OC team for Humanity budget for the spring break 2023?
If I do it, I will be just for the finance part and on my head. Even so, I kind of will prefer if more people will join for the finance part.
Yeah, Thomas, National Board. My question would be, so the point in the agenda says also it's the Spirit 22 report. This report included a lot of recommendations now. Who and how many people gave their input for these recommendations?
That was basically me alone by myself, so the rest of the policy do not officially support anything of what I said.
Okay. And also I have a comment if I may. Yes, James Thomas, National Board. I just wanted to point out that the future of the event is still a strategic decision and will be therefore taken by the National Board. We will of course take into consideration what was said by the OC.
Margarita, yes, and Lisa Munich. I'm not even sure I understood correctly. But so first question, did you say that members of UC had to anticipate money for the event?
Yes.
Okay. I find this very concerning. Can you maybe, since there were a lot of recommendations, can you maybe recommend a way that this never happens in the future?
I did already. It's in the way of automatic. In the only actual be a bank account or a bank account just for the OC that someone in the OC calls manage and used to make the payments. In the way of automatic account, then we need to find someone that we know we can trust, and probably a contract should be written and signed between the MD and at least the person or the people managing the bank account.
Yeah, so last one, I'm Stefan, ASN Alumni Germany and ASN Potsdam. Bianca already raised the questions concerning your double role, concerning NFOC and financial auditor. So my question is, did you check in the audit board the compliance and legal questions which raised from this? Because we are talking about a big amount, more than 10,000 euros, which is really nice, it's really cool. But yeah, so did you check the implications? Because I really see severe compliance problems because you are a financial auditor and you are auditing yourself basically then.
Yes, I did mention that we got some right.
So the legal auditor said it's fine, it's okay, you checked everything and this is legally correct.
In terms of our statute, that's no problem.
Okay. Interesting.
Interesting. Thank you very much, Luis. Thank you for engaging in the questions. As you might have noticed, the OC already prepared lunch, which we're all very excited about. But before you gonna get your food, give me another maybe 5 minutes of your attention, please, because after lunch, which is gonna last an hour, we're gonna go directly into the tracks, which is a new thing for all of us. And you had the choice already to choose between 4 different tracks: finance in sections, ESN Germany events, ESN what does it do, and causes and projects. Facilitated by different people. I actually have a slide for that. Here it is. So I hope you all remember which track you signed up for. If not, you have more than an hour to actually look it up and see which track it was. Okay, here's the checking this down. To look up which track it was that you signed up for. And here on the slide you can see where the people are gonna assemble for these tracks. The thing why we're explaining this to you now is that we're not meeting back in the plenary room after lunch. We're gonna have this slide projected throughout the whole break, so you can look it up and see where you have to go. But you're gonna go directly after lunch, so at 2:05 you're gonna go to your tracks and stay there. And stay there for the time that they last. Other than that, I would ask the OC for the OC announcements to the stage, please. And Thomas, is there anything left to say for the tracks? Okay, yes. Everyone's on there. I am too. Yes. If there's anyone who doesn't have a track yet, then please look at the agenda. The agenda is shared in Telegram and in the participation folder that we've heard a lot about today already. And sign up for a track and then join said track afterwards. And here's Christy for OC announcements regarding lunch, I guess. Thank you.
Right, we hope you're all well and rested, kind of, after yesterday. So we prepared lunch in the back there for you. You could stay in this room. You could just take a plate. Works kind of like a buffet. We'll ask you to move swiftly, so it doesn't take forever. And then you can be seated here. Please, when you're done eating, bring your put all your plates together, bring them back to us, and try to be kind of clean about it. Like if your table is dirty, it would be nice if you could just come up to us and we can give you something so you can just clean it real quick. And then Annie, I wanted to say something.
Yes, because I want to finalize the structure and the program this afternoon, I would like that everyone who still wants to put in a contribution to come up to me during lunch break so I can write everything down that you need so we can prepare for it in the afternoon and evening. Thank you so much.
Yes, and one quick thing also about the social program. Thank you. I already heard that there are some contributions that I want to encourage you that it's not too serious. There are some contributions that are really meant to be funny or not to take it too seriously. So if you want to contribute something, it would be really great for all of us. It's really fun. So don't think about it too much. If you have anything you want to do, feel free to do that. And I think we're all here to support you. Nobody's going to laugh at you. So yeah, that would be really nice. Other than that, we face open in the back.
Alright, so once again reminding you, we're gonna have lunch now for an hour, then we're gonna have the tracks. After that, we're gonna have a coffee break, and then we meet here in the room back at 4:10 for the National Board update. And I really ask the facilitators of these tracks to be on time, because we don't wanna have the OC endure waiting for starting with dinner dates, because we're gonna have that here as well. So enjoy your break and see you back later.